We're going to rehearse the ending real fast.
It doesn't have to be real fast.
Yeah. Okay. Are you playing clarinet or bass? 106? Some of you cut off on beat 2 and some of you cut off on beat 3. If you cut off on beat 3, please raise your hands.
Would you rather have them cut off or release?
Release.
Oh.
Okay. Some of you release on beat 3. If you can raise your hand so I can make sure that you know who you are. Okay, so what I'm going to do there is I'll give one cutoff for people on beat 2, or one release for people on beat 2, and then I'll give a release for you on beat 3. So if we can do the last 4 measures, starting at 114. Let's do the last 4 measures. Assassin today.
Breathe for them. You don't have to make a sound. Just breathe naturally.
Okay.
Breathe like you would breathe if you type this in. Stop. And notice that it's perfectly together.
Yeah. Okay.
That's great. Do it again. Great. It's almost, like marking at the very end. You can just mark as you're sustaining that note. And then the last note after the first release, maybe just let it have more of a life into the release. Take your time. There's nothing rushed about this piece. Continue.
All right. Let's go to measure 53. Make sure that you're listening for those pieces that we've pointed out in the past.
Ooh, shoot the trumpet player.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of doing like this. It'll cause Sam to play like he just did. Yeah. So what you want to do is hug a beach ball or hug a tree like this. And keep your feet together. Up so that you're holding your nice and relaxed, no tension in your shoulders now. And again.
Okay, 53 again. Is it possible for you to play those 16th notes you have a little louder?
Kind of. The upper ones, not the lower ones.
All right, make sure you're really listening for Catherine there. I know I couldn't hear her, and if I can't hear her, you can't hear her. 53 one more time.
Is that 61 when she has it?
That's right before 61.
left hand float as if on top of the water back next to the sternum. That's a good at-rest place when you don't want to use the left hand. When we come down to the side, it's like if we're in a conversation and I have nothing to say, I leave the room. I mean, this is, we've left the room, we've left the building. So think about staying in the conversation with the left hand and then bringing it back in as you need. And that's an exercise right there in left hand independence. Great eye contact. I like the way she looks at the score, takes a snapshot, comes back up. That's great. We need to relax your lips.
Yeah.
Just, if you just breathe through your lips without making an embouchure. Sometimes we want to make an embouchure when we breathe. So no embouchures. Your right hand is rotating a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great gesture if you want a horizontal legato thing here, but just to do 1, 2, I'm not sure what it means. It's just a little habit. So I would just work on keeping you have a strong impulse of will, too, with screening like that.
Do you notice with a lot of young conductors that when they come up to conduct, they form the embouchure?
Yeah,
Yeah, I find that that's very common.
yeah, it is. It's just a habit. I think it comes from being a wind player, and we want to participate as a conductor, like we did as a wind player. So some of us sing along, which is bad, and some of us form embouchures and whatever. But try to communicate with the face and let it be open and responsive. If you see something that you don't, or you hear something you don't like, it's okay to do that, but to be encouraging and inviting also. You can't do that if it's closed. Good.
Other comments, please?
Professor Whitwell's hit on some of the stuff I was thinking. Have you ever seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah.
Okay, Bueller, anybody. That's kind of what your face was.
Yeah.
Very kind of, it was very obvious you were concentrating, but it was very, even during the most lush, beautiful sections, it wasn't frowning, it wasn't smiling, it was just not really anything. So that's very important to concentrate on that. Also with, when you bring people in, either with cues or you're trying to get phrasing in a different way, Dr. Ross uses the phrase show how, not always now, or show both. You show really well, you show now. You need to show how as well.
Okay, thank you. Catherine?
The only thing that like I noticed is like your big concerns in music is whether people can be heard, which in a group like this, it's not, like it's important, but it's not as big a concern because, well, of course everybody's gonna overpower flute.
But they
But-
didn't.
Yeah,
They changed their playing.
but whenever you have high school, like you won't have to worry about that side of it. You'll have to worry
Oh,
about
yes, oh, yes.
oh God,
Oh,
there's
yes.
like 12 flutes. How are they going to be in
No.
tune?
How
And
many students do you have your first year?
9.
9, yeah.
well, I mean, it's like you, if you have a huge section of flutes, you have an entirely different issue that you have to concentrate on. So just don't always concentrate on the issues you have in here is like the only things that might go wrong.
Yeah, I have that issue a lot because I came from a high school band where one of our bands had 15 trumpets, which was a nightmare. So.
It could be worse, it could be 15 piccolos.
Fortunately, and my one comment for you is you've improved so much in the class. We can all see that, and you're very confident now. Exactly. That you can- What I would like to see is with the crescendo and diminuendoing, more left and independence in face,
Okay.
and impulsive will of the face. Okay?
Okay.
But it's very good. Nice job. Thank you. So we